Okay, hello. My name is Chris Bartlett. I'm here with ECISD's Instructional Technology team, and I'm just going to show you really quickly, kind of walk through Schoology so you can get a better feel for it. So if I go here, to get there, it's real easy. It's just ecisd.schoology.com. And then when you first get there, and you can change this, I've got it set up to where I want to see my course dashboard in the very beginning, but you can change it to where it comes up as your recent activity. So you can kind of stay up to date as you start to be in some of these groups and courses and everything like that. I mean, it also tell you if you have anything overdue or upcoming. So that's really good for our students and for our staff, right? So here, if I go back to my course dashboard, I've got everything that I've been in to this point. So Schoology is fairly new. We've only been able to start creating on it for the last couple of weeks, and this is the beginning of July. So, but I want to show you. So if I go back in here to the Schoology for Leadership Basics of the LMS, on my end, this is what I see as the administrator of this classroom. So usually that's going to be the teacher role, and you can add others. So I'm going to go right here to members very quickly. So I've added the Director of Instructional Technology, Lauren Tavares, to this, and I've also made her an admin. And the way that you know that she's an admin is that she has this little badge right there, right? So I can add her, but then I can also remove that admin, and I can also unenroll her. Admins are the only ones that can unenroll, right? So whenever we start adding students to this, we're not going to make them admins, and they're not going to be able to unenroll themselves like they might be in Google Classroom. We did have some issues with that last year where students were unenrolling themselves, and then they weren't able to. The teacher didn't have a good grasp of what they had done before because it got deleted and all that stuff. That can't happen here. Okay, so in Schoology, they will stay in the class. They have no control over whether they're in the class or not. We control that, which is really nice. Some more things I wanted to kind of show you all that are really actually super nice. So it does have analytics. In this class, y'all haven't really done any work yet or haven't done anything that it would record data, but this is where the data is going to be, right here in analytics. Workload planning, that's just going to be kind of operate as what the teacher has assigned and when it's due, stuff like that, right? We have attendance can be taken here in Schoology if we'd like it. And then also the teacher can award badges to their students, which is really nice. Just kind of something, I know in Class Dojo, there are like points or like awards or stuff that teachers give. What's really nice about this is that you don't have to use, because this is an LMS and everything is housed here within this, we don't have to go outside to Class Dojo to do something like this. We can give them badges right now, right? And so we can also import badges and create new badges, which is really nice because if you want to do something that's specific to your campus or specific to a classroom, Schoology offers you that opportunity, which is really good. Here are the grade book and grade setup. So here's grade book, right? And so this will keep all of their grades and student stuff. Here is the setup. What are the categories? What periods do we have? What are the final grade settings? Is there going to be a course override column? So you have all of this stuff down here, and then you can save these changes. Schoology with its rubrics is really nice. You can add a scale or a rubric and you create that. And that's a really good thing that the teachers can have where they show the student, this is what I'm looking for on this assignment, and we can kind of go through this together because it's right here. It's very, very easy for us to just kind of look at it and say, well, did you do work that was worthy of a 3 or a 4, or are you down here where it's just a little bit satisfactory or needs improvement, right? And so teachers can set that up with different criteria and learning objectives. And then over here, back to materials, this is where you create content. And kind of the way that we're going to have this are the classes will be created for the teacher. So their courses will be created and pushed out to them, and then they'll be in charge of content. And so building content in Schoology is very, very simple. It's one of the easiest things that you can do. So you'll be here in materials. You'll go to add materials. You can either do a folder, assignment, test, assessment. You can add something external. You can do discussions, which is really good. You can add pages, which is if you just want to give them some information, albums, packages, and you can also import from your resources. So what if a teacher has kind of like content from curriculum or from instructional technology or something in their resources and they want to import that into their classroom because it's something that they think can benefit their class, they can do that very easily using this. And so if you did something like easy as like add a folder, you can color code it, you can write a description, you can even set how long you want this folder to be available. You can make it to where it's only published on start date. So if you are setting up your folders as units, you can do all of that on the front end, or a lot of it on the front end, have it all set up, have it set to go live on certain days, and then on those days it'll go live and students will be able to access that material. It's really nice for our teachers who like to plan ahead, especially in a crazy school year like the one we're about to be in. I would imagine some teachers would find some comfort in being able to at least know that they've got this taken care of, right? So that is the materials. You can do options. You can, right up here, I want to show you. So there are courses and then there are groups, right? So right now what you're in is a course. So there's assignments, assessments, discussion, all that. But if you were in a group, and I'm going to show you this one, the instructional technology specialists, a group is just where you can go and kind of have discussions and share resources. So this is going to be more of for teams, right? So people could do virtual PLCs in here. People could have their, this is where 7th grade math is going to hold all of our content so that we can all share it with one another and everybody has it, right? So you can do things like that with the groups tool. And it's really nice. You get the same thing. You add members. You decide who's an administrator. You can make everybody administrator. You can make only a few people administrator. Over here is the access code. So you can share that access code or you can just add a member. And what this does right now, it shows, this is not a very full list of ECISD, but this is everybody who has an account now with Schoology. This will grow. You don't want to have to go through and look through all of that. So you can just type in. So if I were to type in one of my coworkers, I just go Vonnie. Oh, he's already in the class, so I can't do that. Let's see. Thaddeus McAllister. So I can just put him in there, right? If I wanted to. And then I can decide who am I going to make? Am I going to make somebody an admin? And admins have a lot of power, and so it's important for us to make sure that we don't have too many people with that power. And if they do, it's kind of like, well, what are we doing, right? I also think this groups would be great for schools and school communication. Having something like a centralized location where the principal can communicate things out to people, where the campus instructional specialists can communicate things out to people, where department heads can have discussion. So kind of just something that it can be many different things, and it all depends on what you want it to do, right? And so you can have groups that 4 groups on a campus or 10 groups on a campus, and they're all doing something different or all focused in a different way. And so that's been something really nice to me about Schoology, is that it's open to possibility and to experiment and to play with and to really adapt to what needs we have within our district and especially within your campuses and what your students are going to need, right? Here in resources, these are my personal resources, right? So this is stuff that I've added here that I want to be able to hold on to. And you can take this from public resources and just put it here. You can upload it yourself. So public resources, we can go in. Schoology has a ton of public resources. That's one of the best things about it, is that there are so many things that are willingly shared by other teachers all across the country. Everybody uses Schoology. There's so many things that they're willing to share out with other people. And if you look, 6,050 downloads. This has been up since July 25th, 2013. And so that's been downloaded over 6,000 times, right? And so this will be really nice, not just for, this one is 19,000, almost 20,000 times for these grammar lessons. And so, yeah, this is nice and this is great for our newer teachers, but also we think about our veteran teachers who need new things or who want new things or are looking to be stimulated and show their students different things. this is a good opportunity for them to spend some time going through these public resources and seeing, is there something here for my students or for me? And then also there's group, right? And so I think there will be school resources, which will be nice. And I think it kind of depends on curriculum when we get that set up, right? Then here there's apps. Schoology is great when it comes to, so they call it interoperability. So there are things that integrate into Schoology seamlessly, very well, very efficiently. Google Drive and OneDrive. So we've got both Google and Microsoft here, right? And so I can just pull anything that I want out and I can make that a resource, or I can share it to my courses or my groups, and I've got it all there for me. Can also do YouTube videos, right? So if I have a little clip like in the one I did in the Schoology for Leaders course, I just pulled that off of here and imported it to embed within that page. But there are other apps, right? So you'll click there. And then we've got these: Dropbox, Evernote, Khan Academy, and Vimeo. And so if I wanted to do, let's say I want to do Khan Academy, right? I'm going to install it. And now I've got that too, and I can use that for my resources. And I can pull from that for my classes if I want to, which is a really nice thing to be able to do. Here are your tools. So you've got your dashboard. So there's nothing going on right now because nobody's done anything just yet. You look at usage and analytics. So how long are they using this? What are they doing on here for how long? And this is where you can see it, right? And I can do user management and school management. I don't know how many people are on that end. But if I go to my profile, I want to set it up like this. So you can set it up however you need to with the proper information. But it's good to have something there because, and this is what Schoology kind of like whenever they were talking with us, is people have shared names and people have names that are very similar. So when you upload a picture, try to upload one that is not a cartoon, that is of yourself, right? That way the person who's trying to share something or message you can get a hold of you. You can make connections with people, and so I've got connections, and you can send them messages like that. So it all just kind of depends on what you want to do with it and how you want to use this. And I've got my courses here. I don't want to add a short bio just yet. It can show me my updates. I can post updates, let people know how I'm doing, what's going on. I don't know how many people are going to use it for that function, but also there are portfolios, which is great. If we want to have our students or our teachers to start building portfolios throughout the year, it is built into Schoology for them to be able to do that. So it's very, very simple to create that portfolio and then start adding assignment submissions, files, links, URLs, or pages, right? So I can start adding everything to it, build this portfolio up, and show it to the person who's evaluating me at the end of the year, right? So this is kind of a lot that we've gone through. Here's the calendar, and it's just kind of got everything that is scheduled for you within Schoology. I think it can speak to Microsoft, but you've got to sync it manually kind of daily, which makes it a little bit cumbersome is what they were saying. And I'm hoping that they're working on that because it would be really nice to be able to sync Schoology and Microsoft. So we'll see. I know this has been a lot, and there's kind of a lot that can go with this, and we can do it even longer, but I want you guys to be able to look at this, kind of get a feel for it, and then kind of look at it on your own and see what you think and how you think this could benefit your campus in some way, or how it can help your students, because that's the big thing that we're looking for, is making sure that this is helping our students get the instruction they need in an effective and efficient manner. So thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks.